Jungles, oceans, pyramids, we've never been in a place like this. Join us for some fun. We're built for kids. We're built for kids. Hello, Miss Alex.
Oh, hey kids, it's Miss Alex here. Ollie and I are just hanging out on the pillow fort, pretending to look for some hidden treasure. Have you ever pretended to look for hidden treasure? If you've been doing all the activities this month, you know that we have talked a lot about treasure. The first week, we even found out that Jesus is our greatest treasure. Hey Ollie, you want to figure out what's in this treasure chest with me? Oh look, we've got 2 glasses of water. This week I've been figuring out the difference between water that's in the ocean and water that we drink. Do you guys know the difference? If you said salt, you're exactly right. So I have an experiment that can show us the difference between salt water and fresh water. So I've got my 2 containers and I've got 2 eggs. I want to drop the eggs in and see what happens. Can you guys see this? The egg in the fresh water went right to the bottom, but the egg in the salt water, he's just floating around. The reason the egg floats is because the salt water is denser. The molecules in the salt water are packed really tight together and they just push the egg right to the top of the water. Is that what you expected to happen? In our Bible story today, the people asked Jesus to perform a miracle and give them some food, but he gave them an answer that they didn't expect. We know that Jesus is our greatest treasure, but the people in Jesus' time didn't always understand how to recognize his value. Let's listen to the story. So I'm in the Bible, in the New Testament, in the book of John. Our story takes place right after Jesus miraculously fed over 5,000 people with just 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. John chapter 6, verse 26. Jesus answered, "What I'm about to tell you is true. You're not looking for me because you saw the signs I did. You're looking for me because you ate the loaves until you were full. It's not Moses who has given you the bread from heaven. It's my Father who gives you the true bread from heaven. The bread of God is the bread that comes down from heaven. He gives life to the world. I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry. Whoever believes in me will never be thirsty. I've not come down from heaven to do whatever I want to do. I've come down to do what the one who sent me wants me to do." Who do you think sent Jesus down? Do you know? That's right, it was God. The one who sent me doesn't want me to lose anyone he's given me. He wants me to raise them up on the last day. My Father wants all who look to the Son and believe in him to have eternal life. I will raise them up on the last day. I am the bread of life. Long ago, the Israelites ate manna in the desert, and they still died. But here is the bread that comes down from heaven. A person can eat it and not die. I am the living bread that came down from heaven. Everyone who eats some of this bread will live forever. This bread is my body. I will give it for the life of the world. So in our Bible story today, Jesus doesn't give the people the bread that they asked for. Instead, he says that he's the bread of life. The people were confused. They didn't expect that, just like we didn't expect the egg to rise to the top of our salt water. But Jesus didn't mean he was actual food. What he meant is that anyone that believes in him would have a life that lasts forever. We can't be spiritually alive without Jesus. Eternal life is a gift that God gives us, not because of anything that we've done, but simply for anyone who'll believe in Jesus. That is a treasure that we can never lose and that we should never hide.
See you next time on the